I'm going to just try to do a mic check, make sure everybody can hear me. I'm going to start with Sheila. Can you hear me? Victoria? Mark? Terry? Licolia? Swamasat? Stetson? Chemquat? Sultanat? Hakamatia? Swamia? Tismalat?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, Mary? Great. Oliver? Okay. Adrian, can you help me? Hear me? Braden?
Sure can.
Okay. Chief Swanaset?
Yep.
Yep. All right. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm going to get a quick picture of all of you because I'm the only one that gets to see everybody on the live screen like this, so it's pretty cool. So, wave, everybody. There you go. Perfect. Chief, do you you might have to turn your camera on. There you are. Perfect. Thank you. Just, I guess we should wait a few more minutes, make sure everybody's here before we get started. I know all the legislators are here. I just wanted to make sure all the staff was ready to go.
All the stuff. All the stuff that we need are here, and the live stream is working. The audio is working.
Perfect. Thank you. Is there a way to get rid of that for me? Perfect, thank you. Well, good evening, everybody. We're going to start the session. So first of all, we're going to start off with Victoria Kiswanson's going to drum us in tonight. I'd appreciate if everybody stands for this. And while Kiswanson is drumming us in, I will take the time and lay everybody's feathers in. And after that, we will walk into our prayer. So, Osiam.
Osiam, Mitza Petqualam, Akswathan. Today, I am going to sing, I don't know if there's a proper name for it, but I've been taught that it's called the co-ed song thus far. If anyone wants to correct me, they may. I chose this song, or it came to me to sing because, you know, having my mom as a healing woman, she always empowers women and always speaks up for the women, and I really think that's amazing. Except for I think we need to remember that we can't forget about the men, and the men are just as needed as the women, and they need just as much healing as we do all the time. So this is a song I chose for all of us to work together in co-ed harmony. So the deep voice is the man, okay? And if any men know it, they can sing. And women. Oh, oh, Woo! I'll sing more when we're leaving. Haichka, we'll see him.
Thank you, Swanson, for drumming us in. It means a lot to still continue to keep practicing our culture. All of our feathers are in place just as they should be. And again, just want to keep acknowledging our culture wherever we can. We now have a video for the opening prayer from Elder Malavya. If we'll allow the video to be played, thank you.
Sorry. Sharing without sound. Do they want me to share it again? Yes, please.
Mm-hmm.
Islati Real, Atitosier, Rianema Tasam Stivial, Sitama Uimisorskaki, Hik Lamatol, Tanawayal, Jasikum Chuch E Tawatol, Achasiais, Quamquamstuck, Tashqualawins.
Thank you, legislators. Also like to thank our respected elder Walapia for giving us our prayer. Also would like to thank the Education and Cultural Department for creating the video. You know, these are extraordinary times and everybody seems to be pulling together, and you know, technology is wonderful and could be difficult at times, but you know, I just want to recognize all the staff that goes into putting all of this together. These people have been vigilantly working on all aspects of this to make this special legislation session to be happening tonight. So just want to raise my hands up to all the staff that are here and in the other room, and also that put all their efforts into here. Welcome everybody to live streaming tonight. Observing cultural protocols. the medicine mantle, the feather runner in the room, Isaac Williams, tonight. Everybody give Isaac a wave. He will be our virtual feather runner. He'll be running around from house to house. So you guys will just have to bear with him while he gets there. So be patient. Please stay past the feather. Bit of a housekeeping rules. This meeting is being live streamed. Legislators, please keep your audio on mute. Please ensure the raised hand function to be added to the speaking list. Also, again, if you want to raise your hand, that's fine too. We'll try to capture that. For any technical issues, please contact Alex by phone or email, which all that contact information was sent out to legislators. So if you're having any difficulties, please let us know and we'll try to help you along the way. Our first order of business is to address the matter of the virtual meeting. I would like to call upon General Counsel Adrian Gibson for a presentation on the legislators' rules and procedures. Adrian, if you're available.
Hi, good evening, everybody. Nice to see you all your faces. It's nice to see humans. So I'm going to just walk everybody through the proposed suspension to the legislature rules and procedures manual that sort of go along with these unprecedented circumstances that we're in, with the sort of the need to have the virtual meeting on a fairly tight turnaround. So I'm going to try and share my screen here. So and do go through the PowerPoint presentation that way. I think folks all got the presentation also by email on Friday. If it's easier for you to look, if my share screen is not good, so we'll see how this goes here. Wish me luck on my share. Can you see my kids or my I can't tell which screen is. Can you see the presentation?
Yes, we could see the presentation. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. I've got two screens. One's of my kids and one's of the presentation, so it's probably better to see the presentation. All right, so I'll dive right into the presentation. So as obviously everybody knows, we're trying to manage the COVID-19 situation, which has necessitated a virtual meeting versus an in-person meeting. Our current ledge rules and procedures don't contemplate that. So there are several sections that are specific to an in-person scenario. That you really do have, sort of can't really fudge it virtually. You kind of got to be there. So the proposal is there's a legislative motion to suspend those pieces of the procedures for just the duration of this session. So it's a temporary suspension just for this session. And the reason why that's sort of the recommended approach versus an amendment at this stage is amendments are obviously permanent, or until the next amendment. And typically under the process for amendment, we have pretty in-depth conversations with legislators, get all the background, all the implications of all the amendments, et cetera. And it's usually kind of a bigger process versus this is sort of this very time-sensitive, short-term thing that we're just trying to put in place so we can do this work in the COVID framework. And so that's why it's sort of this proposed suspension short-term rather than a permanent amendment. Which is not to say that eventually these types of provisions couldn't become permanent, but for today it's a proposed short-term suspension. So yeah, and worth noting that lots of different government bodies are doing things like this right now in these times. Everybody's in sort of management mode, trying to figure out the best way to continue to conduct all the important work. So the actual provisions that are proposed to be suspended, they're really all directly tied to the physical presence in the chamber. So there's two relating to the medicine mantle, and that's concerning the placing or moving the eagle feathers. So because we're all sitting at home, and Squeakle has done the feather placing on behalf of legislators, sections 9.3 and 9.7 sort of can't be done at the moment, so recommending that they be suspended. So the 9.3 is that legislators place their own feather into the mantle And 9.7.1 is that legislators then remove their own feather. Next up is related to the ceremonial procession. So as you will all recall, typically on a ledge session or ledge meeting, legislators will lead into the chamber with the feather runner and the respected elder and the squeakle. And of course, in a remote setting, that is not possible. So just 9.5 and 9.7 are around the entering and exiting of the chamber. Next is about the eagle feather. Obviously, we've sort of arranged a workaround on this one, but you cannot physically hold the eagle feather in your hand. So that's why it's proposed to have that one suspended. And next up is to do with electronic attendance. So section 6.4, 19.2, and 19.3 of the procedures are all about how you're allowed to attend electronically and what that means for quorum and validating the meeting. So in 6.4, usually legislators who attend electronically are not counted towards quorum. So you need to have a certain amount of legislators present in order to have a valid meeting. So when none of us are there, or none of you folks are there in person, that obviously we would need to suspend that in order to have a valid, in order to reach quorum and have a valid meeting. Also 19.2 says the squeakle must not participate electronically. And obvious reasons that it's not happening now. And a majority of legislators must attend in person, which again, same thing. And that's about it. So as you can see, it's sort of all directly tied to that physical presence. And yeah, I'm happy to take any questions. We can figure out how to stop sharing here. There we go. Squeakle.
Great, thank you, Adrian. I'm going to open it up for legislators if they have any questions for legal counsel. Great, not seeing anybody's hand jump up. Again, just want to say thank you, Adrian, for giving us the presentation and walking us through that. It's an important part tonight in order for us to maintain our legislators and continue our work tonight. We have to move this forward. We have a motion prepared to suspend the sections Adrian's referred to in her presentation. Jen, can you please put the motion on the screen? Okay, I'm going to do all the reading tonight, and then I will ask for a mover and a seconder, and then we will then proceed to the rest of the voting. Motion to temporarily suspend certain sections of the Legislators' Rules and Procedures. Whereas in response to the COVID-19 pandemic, maintaining physical distance and other people in the vital to ensure public health and safety, and whereas it is not feasible to hold a meeting of the Legislators' Assembly with legislators attending in person while still maintaining these physical distance requirements, and whereas section 4.4, 9.3, 9.5, 9.7, 9.7.1, 10.3, 19.2, and 19.3 of the Legislators' Rules and Procedures Manual pose logistical challenges to hold meetings of the legislators where all legislators attend electronically. Therefore, be it moved that legislators approve suspending section 6.4, 9.3, 9.5, 9.7, 9.7.1, 10.3, 19.2, and 19.3 of the Legislators' Rules and Procedures Manual for the duration of the May 2020 special session of the Legislative Assembly. So I'm going to ask for a mover, but just bear with me because I don't see the screen. Terry moved. And do I have a seconder? Chumquat. Thank you, legislators. Now this is where we do the voting. All in favor? Oh, roll call. That's right. I need to do my roll call again, but I need my, is it? Okay, perfect. Okay, legislators Swamisat,
In favor.
Hakamatia,
I'm in favor.
Chemquat,
I'm in favor.
Sheila,
I'm in favor.
Asaltanat,
Did you hear me?
yeah,
Yeah,
Asaltanat,
okay. Yes, okay. In favor.
thank you. Lucolia,
I'm in favor.
Stetson,
I'm in favor.
Teesmalat,
I'm in favor.
thank you. Kaswanson,
I'm in favor.
Swamia,
I'm in favor.
Terry,
I'm in favor.
Mary,
I'm in favor.
Chief Swanaset.
In favor.
Great, thank you, legislators. Unanimously passed the motion. We can now continue with our special session tonight. Thank you, legislators, for all of your help tonight. Okay, thank you, legislators. Our next item of business is to move the agenda for our May 2020 special session. During this session, we will be considering Bill 2, the Property Taxation Amendment Act. We will be hearing a presentation from staff on the bill as the bill is introduced. As this is a special session dedicated to Bill 2, we will not be introducing resolutions during this session or conducting any other business other than considering Bill 2. Are there any questions on the agenda for this session? Okay, thank you, legislators, for all of your help. We will now call for a motion to approve the session's agenda. Jen, can you please put the motion on the screen again? Motion to approve the May 2020 legislative agenda. Whereas Section 15 of the Tawasin Legislators' Rules and Procedures require the legislators to present an agenda for a legislative session. Therefore, be it moved that the Tawasin legislators approve of the following session agenda. Legislator Bill 002-2020, the Property Taxation Amendment Act. Reports from Advisory Council on Bill 002-2020, the Property Taxation Amendment Act. Do I have a mover? Chemquat moved. Do I have a seconder? Hakamatia. Okay, we're going to do the roll call again. Swamisat.
In favor.
Hakamatia.
I'm in favor.
Chemquat.
I'm in favor.
Sheila.
I'm in favor.
Asaltanat.
In favor.
Lucolia.
I'm in favor.
Stetson.
I'm in favor.
Keesmalat,
In favor?
Kiswanson,
I'm in favor.
Swamiya,
I'm in favor.
Terry,
I'm in favor.
Mary,
I'm in favor.
Swanaset.
In favor.
Great, thank you, legislators. Unanimously passed again. We'll be out of here in no time. Hey, I wish they were all this easy. Jen will post the results on the screen. Yeah, it's unanimous. Tonight's agenda. First, we have opening remarks from all legislators. We do not usually have opening remarks during special sessions, but given the COVID-19 state of emergency, we thought it would be appropriate for community members to hear from their legislators and also their voices. Then we will have the first reading of Bill 002-2020, the Property Taxation Amendment Act. Director of Finance, Mark DeMello, will present an overview of the bill at this time of information. Following his presentation, we'll also vote on the bill to second reading, after which will be sent to the Advisory Council for consideration. Are there any questions or comments or concerns moving forward? Great. This is easy. Yeah, thank you. So we'll move into opening remarks. We will skip the chief. We'll go last, as always. And I will do the roll call just in the same order as I did for the last two. And we will start with Swamisat. We will ask the virtual feather runner to pass the feather and just remind legislators to just say pass the feather when you're done. And then that just closes the feather runner's loop. Thank you. Swamisat?
Do I have the feather?
You have the feather.
Echka, Squeakquel. It seems funny doing it this way, without holding the feather. But I just want to thank everybody for being here, and I want to thank all the, it's great seeing everybody. I want to thank all the people that are joining by live stream. And I'd also like to thank all the staff, all the IT people for putting this together, and our government services group for making all this happen. It's quite the technology we have here and getting us all together. I'd like to thank our feather runner and our elder for the prayer, and Victoria for the drumming. Thank you. And just want to say I'm just glad that everybody's doing good in our community so far, and just look forward to this year's session. Echka, thank you.
Awesome. Thank you. I have Hakamatia is next, virtual feather runner.
Echka, Squeakquel. Welcome everybody who's joining us by live stream, and great to see all my fellow legislators, and want to put a big thank you to our TFN staff. They've really gone up and above with keeping us as safe as they can, and by bringing our elders food and the lunches twice a week, and getting the necessities to them. And I just my hands go up to our elders and social services and education for making that happen. And I just want to make sure that thank you to Victoria for drumming us in, and to Barb for saying our prayer, and for our Squeakle, who's put our feathers in for us and holding down the fork in the office. And I just want to make sure everybody stays safe out there. Stay at home as much as you can, because it could make the difference between a loved one getting sick and ending up in the hospital. And I just want everybody to be as safe as possible. Everybody's part makes a difference, and just, think with your heart and stay as safe as you can. Just, Aishka, thank you. Bye.
Osiam, thank you for that, Hakamatia. I got Chemquad next, virtual feather runner.
Ichka Squeakle Siam. I've got a feather here that I was gifted from a family for doing work when we lost their loved one, and I'm very grateful to have that. I'm feeling very full of gratitude, and I feel very humbled to be amongst a group of leaders that are guiding our nation in a time that we have never seen before. And to be amongst a bunch of people that work for Tsawwassen First Nation, talented professionals that are in the front lines, in the middle and in the background, doing the things to protect the people that live in our lands, doing things to protect our members. I'm so full of gratitude and very humble. And I'm also really proud of us for the work that we're doing, using technology in the right way so that we can be together, so that we can use our voices to be representing the people that elected us, to make sure that we're acting we're governing in an appropriate way, and being a responsible government to all of the people that live on our lands, being an open and transparent government by putting this in a form where we can all participate, not just a quorum, where each of the legislatures that hold the same heart and value, that give me strength in the work that we do on a weekly basis at Executive Council, knowing that these legislators are behind us and have the same values and concern for our members, helps us do that work that we do. I'm super grateful for all the time and effort that everybody put in to make this technology happen. They make it look so easy and simple. So thank you to all the staff and people that put this together. And I'm really grateful that there's about 17 people that are viewing us on a video stream. And that's pretty impressive to see that we are gathering that much interest, so that people and use it, letting the people use those tools to view us as well. So I want to thank our members and our elders and our leaseholders and other people that might be viewing this particular session. I want to thank, again, really grateful for including the cultural protocols in the work that we do, because that's the medicine that carries us through these times and reminds us of the resilience of the people that we are. Our elder Barb, the feather runner, our Squeakle, and the drummer song, the song and the drum. I have to thank my own personal cook for dinner, my daughter Jessica, for cooking my dinner for me this time. So very grateful for that. And I just really want to extend my love to all of the people that are with us on the video and on our lands, and echo what Laura and legislators Laura and legislator Louise have already said about being safe in this time. We've been a leader in our local communities and First Nations around by enacting certain actions to protect our lands and our people and take care of our people the way that our ancestors did. And we know that, we inherently know, and we're trusting our knowledge in how to care for our people. So again, I'm very honored and humbled to be part of this wonderful leadership group. Awesome.
Thank you, Chemquad. I have Legislator Sheila next, virtual feather runner.
I just guess we will see. Let me think here. I really want to thank staff for bringing us this virtual table so that we can make decisions together. And I just want to thank Scott Swanson for the song and the drum, and our feather runner for keeping us in line, and our squeakle for holding down the fort. You're doing an awesome job, so thank you. Each and every one of you guys, I just want to say that sometimes I can be controversial when I'm speaking at the table here, and tonight is not going to be one of those nights. I can say that for certain. I don't have any problem with this bill. I don't see any reason for me to be beating a dead horse, so to speak. However, that doesn't mean that there's going to be times where I don't agree with what's being said or what's been decided for our nation. And for me to be able to speak up for some members who have voted me in, that's my job to do, right? But what I've come to learn is that I need your guys' worldview and your perceptions and your way of thinking, because there's not just one way. There isn't just one way. Otherwise, it'd be just, one leader, right? And it's not like that. And that's so beautiful that, I can love and respect you guys, even if I don't agree with what you guys are saying. And I'm making a point of doing that in the last couple of years. And it's hard to do because sometimes I have ego and I just think that I might know better. And then I can stop and talk to people afterwards and go, okay, that makes sense. Thank you for bringing that up. Or that's a good way of looking at things. I think about this, pretending like we're all blind. And we all get a different part of an elephant, right? And we get to describe to each other what part of the elephant that we have, right? And then at the end of it, we understand the whole part of the elephant as blind people. But because we've talked to each other, we've shared that knowledge, and then we can understand the bigger picture. And for me, that's what I hope to achieve with you guys, and try and be a little less ruffling feathers. But sometimes I get emotional and I get in it, and then that's what you get. But I haven't been kicked out of legislature yet, so that's a good thing. Squeakle. But I'm just really grateful that nobody's been come down with COVID-19, and that we're respecting each other's personal space, and we're doing. And what else? Oh, I just want to say thank you to Executive Council for taking care of our community, being very responsive in this. I mean, our elders and our young ones are very vulnerable, and to be able to continue this work in a safe way has been a huge blessing. I mean, we've got elders around the table here. For myself, I'm a type 1 diabetic. I have a young baby at home. There's just so many different things that need to be mindful of, and you guys have been mindful of that. So I raise my hands up to you guys for being responsive and taking care of members wherever they live, on and off TFN lands. That's been a huge factor. I think that's really amazing that, like you guys said, no member left behind. So that's all I have to say, and then I can pass the feather back. Hka.
Awesome. Thank you, Sheila, for your kind words. I have a Sultanat next.
Okay,
Virtual feather runner.
Okay, I've got my feather. This was gifted to us way back in the day, 2016, I believe. So I keep it handy. But welcome everybody. And, it's, like I said before, it's amazing that you guys have got me into this decade, into this century by using this iPad thingamajig. And, but here I am. I would like to acknowledge the staff for being patient, teaching us, and actually doing a house call to make sure everything was done right. And I appreciate the help. And throughout the last little bit, it's been important to acknowledge the people that have helped myself and other members of our community. I like to definitely acknowledge the elders workers, they've been there right from day one. And then a couple of weeks after, then we got, the other departments, and and everybody's working together, and like the social services, the education, the youth, and the public works, and it's been amazing, and I gotta tell you, I like the privacy on the road. It's just like way back in the day when we used to have a gravel road and there's no settlers coming through, and we're able to walk, and, so I think that's been a big plus for me. And Val, thank you for your words of wisdom. It's your education, you could see, and your education, not in with SFU, but with the elders from the other Native communities. And you're very well spoken, and I appreciate it. And Sheila, and you keep going, keep voicing your opinions. It's important. And, you do it in a respectful way. And I think that's really important. And, with you being honest, with the people. Thank you so much. And I'm hoping that, I could follow that, with being respectful and everything else when I'm speaking, and it's really appreciative, so. But hopefully, I get tons to say, but that's it. But Haichka to everybody for helping in the last little bit, and for the people that are listening, Haichka Sian. Okay.
Awesome. Thank you, Sultanite. I have
Passing the
Lucolia.
feather. Yeah, passing.
Thank you. Lucolia, virtual feather runner.
Feather. Aitswell, everyone. It's so good to see everyone's faces all together. Hello to everyone who's watching us. I wanted to thank all of the staff for organizing these online meetings, because it's quite the feat to get us all together and on the same time. I'd also like to acknowledge the Health and Social Services and the Education Department and all the staff who came together so swiftly. Like Chemquat said, we were sort of at the forefront, the way we shut everything down, and we were able to just take care of our elders first at the beginning of this lockdown quarantine. It was really worrisome to know that I couldn't go and visit my mother, and just to know that she was being taken care of, and all the other elders in the community were getting their groceries delivered, and just they're being checked up on. It made me feel a lot better about the whole situation. I wanted to acknowledge Chief and Executive, because all of that hard work does not go unnoticed. It makes me really proud to be from Tawasin, a part of this community and a part of this legislative body, just to know that no member will be left behind. And I just want to raise my hands up to everyone for their quick response. Aichka. Passing the feather.
Awesome. Thank you, Lucolia. I have Stetson next. Virtual feather runner.
I just got Squeakle CM. Yeah, it's hard to try not to forget about anyone. When this first started, I remember seeing Braden riding his bike around delivering notices, and I saw Tages delivering important information to the chief today, walking down the res. Executive Council, you've done a wonderful job keeping our community safe. Chief, when I see all the posts on Facebook or whatever the platform is, and it shows that we have a caring Executive Council to the financial help that all the members got. And all the members in Tawasin have done a great job at keeping everyone safe. Everybody's kept their social distancing, and it's really hard because I miss my kids. I miss my family, and I miss having everyone over for dinners, especially with Mother's Day. It's been really tough. But you know what? We're a strong nation, and just wanted to acknowledge Isaac too, our feather runner. I like to see our youth being involved in our culture. Kaswanson for the song, Malavya for the prayer. I mean, the list goes on and on, but I'm grateful for the work that's being done here, the IT for putting all this stuff together. Yeah, and I too like the quiet reserve. I like both ends being closed down, and I think that's going to happen one day, and I hope it does. So I'm really enjoying the time that we've had separate, but I really miss a lot of people too. So it's been tough on everybody, but we're a first-class nation and we're looking after each other. So I just want to give my hands up to everybody. Heitska.
Awesome. Thank you, Stetson. I have Tismalat next, virtual feather runner.
It's good to see everybody, and everybody's looking good. My hands go up to the social services, the elders program, education. I heard from my family down south. They said hands up to TFN for all their kids getting their iPads that they can do their schoolwork. They said that it was great. And I agree with Loretta that having the road closed is great, because you can walk down the road and not have to worry about traffic coming or getting off the road or having to stop to let cars go by. But I just miss everybody. Thank you.
Thank you, Tismalat, for your kind words. I feel every one of them. Awesome. Chris Swanson, feather runner, virtual.
I don't know, that everyone said really good words, and thank you for speaking and having so much gratitude and bringing light to subjects like even just down south getting iPads for school. That's so amazing. I'm really proud to be from this nation, and makes me emotional. You know, I feel like I've always been an introvert, so I feel good and staying home, but it's when reality hits is like this, for example, is weird. And but I'm really grateful we can do it. And yeah, I'm just happy to be with you all, and I'm very thankful to be for TFN, and I got everyone involved, and yeah, look forward to working with you guys some more virtually, and hopefully see you soon. Hijka.
Thank you, Chris Swanson, for your words. I have Swamia next. Virtual feather runner.
Yes, people. I have a feather from a previous term sitting on ledge here. I also just like to thank everybody. Thank everybody who's participating right now. All of the staff. I think like TFN has really come together during this, you know, all these trying times, and having, you know, the elders getting iPads so that they can communicate with their families, the students getting iPads so that they can do their work from home, the COVID distribution that we received. I mean, I've been talking, video chatting with cousins and other members, and it really is like amazing to have the support that we've got through TFN during these trying times. I just really appreciate that. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, Swamia. I have Terry next, virtual feather runner.
I have a feather. Everybody before me said great words. I just want to, my hands go up to everyone, all the staff, Ska Swanson for your song, Malavya for her prayer. I didn't get to write a speech this time, but it's good to see everyone. I really do miss everyone. I miss everyone out in Tsawwassen. I want to thank our viewers, and it's kind of nice to know that my family is watching as well. I hope this is a great special session for us, and hi to everyone. Passing the
Awesome.
feather.
Thank you, Terry. I have Mary next, virtual feather runner.
Haichka Sklukel Siam, and Haichka to Isaac the Feather Runner. This feather was gifted to me from the healing journey, I believe in 2018, or I think it's 2018. So I'm a bit nervous. I don't know why it's virtual, but for some reason I get extra nerves from this. But Haichka to Scott Swanson for drumming us in, and Elder Ulapia Barb Joe for our opening prayer. It was beautiful to hear her voice again. Thank you to staff for making this possible. Thank you to my fiance for dinner. And thank you for the community for being here and watching us virtually do this important work. And I'm echoing everyone else's, because everyone else's words were so beautiful. But Haichko Osiam, I'm passing the feather back.
Osiam, thank you, Mary. So again, I just want to thank legislators for being here tonight and participating in this unprecedented time in our life. None of us ever thought we would ever be doing this by virtual at this time in life, at this moment. These are definitely trying times, and it does, put a lot of stress on people, and, it does make or break people, and I'm truly honored to serve with all of you legislators in this time. That model that we talked about, leave no member behind, is truly a time where we have to put action in play now. And if that's the words that we definitely meant, then we must not leave no member behind, whether they're afar or whether they're here. Tawasin First Nation has been here for 10,000 years. We will be here stronger and united for another 10,000. I truly believe that, we are a small but mighty nation, and that we are front runners and leading by example in many, many areas, policies, laws, the way that we handled the COVID. But not just Executive Council. It has taken all of you legislators, all of the staff that goes into working at home and working night after night, our CAO to taking all the direction and implementing it the best that he can, our Health and Social Service Department for all of their work with their elders, our Education Department still providing lunches every Monday for TFN students, right? The tablets already pre-programmed, our elders pre-programmed. Public Works, my hand really does go up to Public Works, the frontliners that get out there and put the barricades on, our bylaw officers that are out there reminding people that there's social distance and that the community is closed. Adrian McNair for all the signs that he got ready and taking all of the work that he had to do to get all of that. All of the pictures and all of the IT department. The IT department is in their glory right now. Glory. We are getting our bang for our buck for our IT. And we're good, lucky we upgraded our budget for IT this year, because we're definitely going to need it. I miss all you guys. And it's been difficult on me because I'm a social person. And this has created me a bit of a lot of time and reflection at home, and I miss our community events and our food. Sharing a meal is important for me, and that camaraderie that I get from all of you and all the other people in this community. So it's been a bit difficult for me, but I have a lot of support because of all of you community members, and we look after each other, and we do take care of each other in this community. We not only take care of our community members here, but elsewhere. And, leave no member behind is truly something that we need to live by. And everything that we do moving forward, if it affects members, then maybe we shouldn't do it, right? So, I just wanted to raise my hands up to everybody tonight. Thank you for all of your words. Thank you for all your input. And I will pass my feather off to The Chief Swanisett. Chief Swanisett?
Haichka Squeakle CM. I don't want to say too much. I've been doing these Zoom meetings for months now, and I enjoyed all your legislature's comments, and I'm really impressed at how you're all adapting exactly the way we had to adapt and, through this virtual stuff. And I miss having that that meal together before we have our sitting. I really enjoyed that. I got to Malavya for the prayer down at our corner post there. That was really nice. And Ms. Swanson, thank you for drumming us in as always. And be thankful for all of you sitting in and adapting and helping to get this important work done. And everybody stay safe. Have some faith. We will all be together again soon, I hope. And much love and respect for all of you, and Haichka, all my relations.
OCM, thank you, Chief Swanisett, and all the other legislators for all of their words. So we'll continue on with our business. I'd like to call upon Chief Swanisett Baird to introduce Bill 2, the Property Taxation Amendment Act. Chief?
Haichka Squeakle. These past couple of months have been challenging for governments and individuals across Canada, including the Tawasin government and the Tawasin people. Executive Council has directed staff to implement a range of measures in response to the COVID-19 pandemic in order to support our Tawasin people and our Tawasin residents. We have been very pleased with the dedication shown by staff during these trying times. And equally important, we have been moved by the dedication shown by our members and residents. I am confident that we will continue to respond effectively to this pandemic, and we will be all the better for overcoming challenges that it throws our way. Tonight, I am introducing Bill 2, the Property Taxation Amendment Act. While Executive Council has been able to respond to many COVID-19 related issues on its own, matters relating to amending the Property Taxation Act require us to call the legislature into session. At present, the Property Taxation Act sets due dates and does not allow for us to change those in response to COVID-19. Bill 2 would change the Property Taxation Act to enable Executive Council to set dates by way of regulation. I will now move the following motion. Motion to introduce Bill 002-2020, the Property Taxation Amendment Act. Whereas on April 16th, 2020, BC's Minister of Finance announced COVID-19 related supports for the business community, which included a delay in applying penalties on unpaid commercial property taxes until October 1st, 2020. And whereas the Tawasin First Nations Property Taxation Act 3 states that property taxes are due and payable on or before July 2nd. 31 and 32 require that penalties and interest be charged on all taxes unpaid as of July 2nd, and the Property Taxation Act does not provide for any variation from this process. And whereas amending the Property Taxation Act to allow Executive Council to set dates by regulation would allow flexibility from year to year. And whereas a proposed amendment would allow Tawasin First Nation taxpayers to be treated in a manner similar to taxpayers in other Metro Vancouver municipalities while remaining in compliance with Tawasin law. And whereas Executive Council has reviewed and approved Bill 002-2020, the Property Taxation Amendment Act, and are recommending its approval to the Tawasin Legislature. Therefore, be it moved that Bill 002-2020, the Property Taxation Amendment Act, be introduced for the Tawasin Legislature's consideration, debate, and approval. Right, Chika.
Great, thank you, Chief Swanisett. So do I have a mover? Oh, Chief moved, sorry. Do I have a seconder? Chemquat, second. Thank you. Now I'll do my roll call, please. Swamisat?
In favor.
Hakamatia?
I'm in favor.
Chemquat, you seconded, so I'll move to Sheila.
I'm in favor.
Asaltanat?
In favor.
Lucolia?
I'm in favor.
Stetson?
I'm in favor.
Teesmalat?
Favor.
Thank you. Swanson?
I'm in favor.
Swamia?
I'm in favor.
Terry?
I'm in favor.
Mary?
I'm in favor.
Osium, thank you, legislators. Motion passed unanimously. So with that being said, I'd like to call upon Director of Finance, Mark DeMello, for an overview of the bill, please. Mark, virtual feather runner.
It's called Squeakle CM. I'd like to share my screen and just show you a very quick PowerPoint. This Squeakle CM, the proposed amendments to the Property Taxation Act cover the administration of property taxation on Tawasin lands, and primarily cover areas around administration, tax levies, and payment requirements, and the imposition of tax and penalties. Because of COVID-19 and the impacts that it has had on the entire province, the province of BC announced assistance to the commercial tax base through a combination of a reduction in the school tax rate and a deferral of penalties on unpaid taxes. Typically, penalties would be imposed on July the 3rd, but because of the challenges many businesses are facing, the penalty date was moved to October the 1st. And so all over BC, municipalities are changing their penalty date for their taxpayers, and not just commercial taxpayers, but all taxpayers, to October 1st. They were able to do that because the community charter, which is their equivalent of the Property Taxation Act, allows municipal councils the flexibility to set alternative tax collection schemes by bylaw. Our Property Taxation Act doesn't do that. And because historically TFN has tried to ensure that taxpayers on Tawasin lands are treated in the same manner as those in other Metro Vancouver municipalities, we are asking that the Property Taxation Act be amended. So just really quickly, the amendments are relatively simple. Currently, Section 23 of the Act states that taxes are due and payable on or before July the 2nd. What we are asking is that the amendment allow the tax due date to be set in the annual rates regulation made that year. Similarly, Section 31 sets the penalty date as any taxes unpaid as of July 2nd the penalties would apply, and they would apply on the day after. We were now asking that, again, the date that the penalties would apply would be set by regulation. And TFN also charges interest on unpaid taxes. And once again, interest is set by our current Taxation Act to be applied right after July the 2nd. And again, we're asking that the date that interest applied be the same as the dates that penalties apply, again, specified in the annual rates regulation. There is one other minor change that is being recommended. The Schedule 2 to the current Property Taxation Act currently states the kinds of information that our tax notice requires. And one of the things that it specifies is that there's a reference to penalties and interest being applied on amounts not paid by July 2nd. And because we're now allowing the dates to be changed by regulation, the proposed change to Schedule 2 removes any specified date, and that would then be added each year when regulations were approved. The Squeakle CM, that is it for the presentation. It is a relatively straightforward set of amendments. I'm happy to take any questions that legislators may have at this point.
Great.
So I hand the feather back to the feather runner.
Thank you, Mark, for your presentation. You never know, there might be a legislator that has a comment or a question, and I definitely will open up the table. Does any legislators have any comments, concerns, or questions for Mark DeMello on his presentation? Chemquat, feather runner.
Thank you, Squeakle CM, and thank you, Mark, for your presentation. And again, thank you to you and your staff for your responsive work, you and Braden, in making sure that we are being a responsible and fair government for the people that pay taxes on our lands. And I'm really grateful that we've identified a way to make sure that we can have the flexibility while adhering to our law under these unusual circumstances. So I just wanted to acknowledge the hard work that went into this and how quickly, again, our Department of Finance in Tsawwassen First Nation has been very adaptive and responsive to the needs, COVID-related needs that we've been experiencing. So my hands go up to you and your team, Mark, and to Braden as well. Thank you.
Great, thank you, Chemquat. Does any other? Sheila? Virtual feather runner.
Thank you for the feather. So just for a point of clarification, well, actually, thank you for the presentation tonight. And just for clarification, we're going to be debating this on Wednesday night. Is that correct? I'll pass the feather back.
Yeah. Yes, that's correct.
Go.
Any other legislators with any questions, comments, or concerns for Mark DeMello's presentation? Asaltanat?
Yes. Okay, Hutchka, I got my feather. Hutchka for everybody, and Mark for the hard work in the finance department. And just for clarification, you know, like, is it, if this is going to be happening again next year, heaven forbid it does, you know, with the COVID, are we going to be doing the same process again? Just for clarification, Hutchka, passing the feather back.
Great, thank you for the feather. Mark, feather.
Hutchka, Squeakle CM. Once this amendment is in place, then the process every year will be that the dates are set by regulation by Executive Council. So we'll now have a new process going forward, and that process will be in place every year. And I pass the feather back to the feather runner. Yeah.
Great. Thank you, Mark. Any other legislators have any questions, comments, or concerns before we move? Great, not seeing any. Thank you, legislators. Mark, thank you for your presentation tonight. I will move to the second reading. Motion to move Bill 001-2020. Oh. Yeah. The Property Taxation Amendment Act to second reading. Whereas the Tsawwassen legislators has the authority under Section 5.12C of the Constitution Act to enact Tsawwassen law, and whereas under the Legislators' Rules and Procedures Manual, the Section 25, each bill must receive 3 separate readings. Therefore, be it moved that Bill 002-2020, the Property Taxation Amendment Act, proceed to second reading. Do I have a mover? Lucolia? Do I have a seconder? Sheila? Thank you, legislators. I will go through my call roll list here. Swamisat?
In favor.
Thank you. Hakamatia?
I'm in favor.
Chemquat?
I'm in favor.
Asaltanat?
In favor.
Stetson?
I'm in favor.
Teesmalat?
In favor.
Kaswanson?
I'm in favor.
Swamia?
I'm in favor.
Terry?
I'm in favor.
Mary? One more time, Mary. Thumbs up, thank you. I got it. Chief Swanisett.
In favor.
Great, thank you. Thank you, legislators. Unanimously passed the motion to second reading. Well, thank you, legislators. That concludes our formal sitting for tonight. However, please do not leave the meeting. We have an introduction workshop with the tax panel. For members tuning in, we will have an opportunity to attend an introduction workshop with the tax panel later this month. I'll ask Legislator Kaswanson to drum us out. At that time, I will take our feathers down, and we will take a 10-minute break after that. After Legislator Kaswanson drums us out, we will turn off the live streaming, and then we will carry on with our regular workshop business. Thank you, legislators. Kaswanson?
All right, I'll just finish the song I started.
Great, thank you, legislators. We'll take a 10-minute break. Go stretch your